So, as protests against the military coup in Myanmar continue, a Malaysian court has temporarily halted the deportation of over 1,000 Myanmar nationals. Ian Lee is following this story and others from London. Ian, what's going on?
Good morning, Anne-Marie. Yeah, the crisis in Myanmar has now involved Malaysia. A court in Kuala Lumpur blocked, for now, the deportation of 1,200 Myanmar nationals scheduled to return to their homeland. Some of those people include asylum seekers from various minority communities who fear persecution. Myanmar had sent 3 Navy ships to return the detainees. Tomorrow, Malaysia's High Court will review the group's application to suspend their deportation. As we've been reporting, Myanmar is in crisis after the military coup earlier this month. Every day, there seems to be an escalation of violence against the tens of thousands of protesters demanding a return to democracy. The United States and other Western countries are now trying to dissuade Malaysia from going forward with the deportations. Next, we're in Canada, where the parliament unanimously voted to declare China's treatment of its Uighur minority population as a genocide. The U.S. State Department estimates up to 2 million Uighurs, as well as other Muslims, are being held in a wide network of internment camps. Former detainees describe overcrowded cells, torture, systematic rape, and even deaths. Canada is now the second country after the U.S. to recognize the genocide. That could likely be one of the many topics of conversation when Prime Minister Justin Trudeau meets President Biden today. Ahead of that meeting, the Canadian PM said he hopes for a return to stability after the Trump presidency. Next, Facebook is backpedaling in Australia. The tech giant says it will restore news content to its users. And the move comes after Australia's Treasurer Josh Frydenberg spoke with Facebook chief Mark Zuckerberg. The social media platform had initially blocked news content in retaliation over a proposed law that would force the company and Google to pay news organizations for their content. Finally, we are back here in the UK, where Prime Minister Boris Johnson says the country is on a one-way road to freedom. The country has largely been under lockdown since December, and yesterday the government unveiled its map to easing restrictions. Students are back in school in 2 weeks, followed by hairdressers and gyms reopening in April, while May will bring a return of pubs and dine-in restaurants. The slow return to normality coincides with COVID cases plummeting while more vaccines are distributed. And Emery, it's been a long, hard winter. On the heels of this news, the travel industry is seeing a surge in bookings, and I can tell you, I'm already planning my summer trip to see my family back in Wyoming. And also, I'm looking forward to finally getting a haircut, because you can see I'm a bit shaggy.
You still look pretty good. You know, I completely understand. As you know, most of my family is in Canada. I'm much closer than you are. I could drive there if I wanted to, but I would still have to quarantine for 2 weeks before I could see anyone. And I don't even know if I'd be able to bring my daughter because she's not a Canadian citizen. So, yeah, it's tough all around, you know, so just a little bit longer. We will get to the other side. Ian, thank you so much.